Good afternoon, everyone. Lisa Gustafson with Cool FM Live. And today I have a very special guest with me, Miss Abby Dodge, who is the Cochise County Division Director for the CASA program. So we're going to talk all about that. And here's what I want everyone to know. If you're scrolling through these videos right now and you want to know how you can help change a child's future, this is definitely the way to do it. All too often, we have children that are placed in foster care due to abuse or neglect. And unfortunately, those children don't always get a voice. And so, Abby, talk to me about the CASA program and why it is so important for people to get involved and the need for volunteers out there.
Sure. First of all, thank you so much for having me on here. CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate. It is a volunteer program. We're overseen by the Supreme Court of Arizona. It's a statewide program. We exist in all the counties here throughout the state. It's also a nationwide program as well. Each state's a little bit different. But the biggest thing that I want to say about why it's so important for a CASA, a court-appointed special advocate, to be involved with a child is when a child comes into foster care, everything for that child changes. They leave their home, they may leave their school, their neighborhood, their community. They get assigned to a caseworker through the Department of Child Safety, and even that changes within about a month. They get assigned an attorney, that could change. They have to adjust to a new family, a new environment, a new everything. And so when we get a CASA appointed to that child, then our whole hope is that that CASA stays with that child, no matter what changes for the rest of that case.
And I can imagine that in the cases where the children are removed from the home, it is because there is serious abuse and neglect for them to be placed into foster care. So on top of them already being removed from a home, and despite the fact that it may not be the best, it's what they've known.
Yes.
So here they are taken away, thrust into something new. And those volunteers that come in, they truly are a voice for the child, correct?
Yes, they don't have any ulterior motive. Their mission, their goal is to make sure that that child's best interest and that child's wishes and needs are presented to the court.
Yeah.
And that the focus remains on that particular child throughout everything.
And we were going over some stats prior to doing this interview today. Only 1 in 4 out of the children in Cochise County have a special appointed advocate to help them, correct?
Yes.
So that means we are in desperate need in our community. And I'm assuming maybe also because we're in a more rural area that it's more difficult to find volunteers. What kind of people are you looking for, and what would it take? What's your, dream volunteer?
So the best part of that is there is no specific dream volunteer. Volunteers need to be at least 21 years of age, U.S. citizen or legal resident, and be able to pass a background check. We provide all of the training. We provide some observations, and we can provide help along the way as you're getting started. The best part about it being anybody is we get volunteers from all walks of life, and it just brings such a bigger picture to the whole environment when someone's able to see it from a different lens. Sure. And every volunteer that we have has had different life experiences and came from different areas or different demographics. And so it really makes our program special.
Right. And I'm assuming is it fair to assume that you place males with, the boys and a female volunteer with the girls, or the age group? Is there anything that sets them apart with how you place them?
We do a lot based on volunteer preferences. Some volunteers really love to work with teenagers. I personally am terrified of them, even though I have one.
Where are those volunteers? I am too.
But yes, some people, that is their.
God bless them.
I don't know what word I'm looking for, but they love that. Some people love to work with babies, some that in between elementary school age.
Sure.
It really depends. We also have to consider that we have a very vast county geographically. So we have children placed throughout the county. We have a lot of children that are placed outside of the county, but still belong to our program and our court system because of jurisdiction. So
wow.
We do have about 50% of our youth right now are not located physically within Cochise County, which is another level of difficulty because not everybody has time.
How do you get the volunteers right? So you're looking for volunteers everywhere.
Yes.
The training for it, fairly simple, right? It's going to be done online. Is it in person? Talk to me about that.
We have two options. We have an online option that's kind of like going back to college. There's some homework in between, and there's weekly Zoom sessions with a large group of volunteers throughout the state. Or we have our in-person academy that's either in Tucson or Phoenix, but we do provide hotel rooms and mileage reimbursement and per diem for the training.
Nice. And it's not that this is a rigorous or right. You're not going to be tested every single day, and you have to get 100%. And this is about what is best for the children. And I can't imagine how many kids out there that don't have a voice, but because of this program, you're able to help those kids make that transition. And that has to be the most difficult thing, especially, when the kids are involved. Right. We talked a little bit about the statistics and the training. Tell me what your favorite part is of CASA and why you do what you do.
Well, I actually was a CASA myself before I started working for the program for about 5 years. And it was very challenging. It's very emotional, but just being able to see the kids end up in their final placement, about half the cases I had ended with them going back to their biological parents, which I thought was amazing. Right. And the other half ended in adoption.
And I would think that is the ultimate goal. You never want to remove somebody permanently from their family members. So the goal is to work with them. Do the CASA volunteers interact with the parents at all, or is it all just this one big team that comes together?
It is really a one big team. They do interact with parents.
Okay.
They have to remind parents that they're there for the child. So sometimes what they're recommending may not make the parent the happiest, but they're also able to be a support for that parent as well, because we are very pro reunification. We want the families back together. Kids do best with their families.
They do.
So whatever support a CASA can provide to parents without them becoming too reliant on them, we're very encouraging.
Yeah. And for those of you that are looking to get involved, Abby and I will tell you how, but just in case, if you want to take a quick look around, in this post description, there is a link to their website. And you guys have done a great job of putting some videos out there as well that talks to you about what it truly means to be a volunteer, how you get involved, what it looks like on your end. And I think you've done a fabulous job of that, because so many people, before you take that step, you want to look it over and learn more. And so the website has just full of information. And then the contact numbers are there. What is the best way for them to get involved? Is it to go online and fill it out, or talk to someone first? Walk me through the steps.
So if you're not sure that this is what you want to do, I highly encourage you to call and talk to me, talk to my other coordinator, Lisette. We will gladly answer any questions that you have. We'd rather you be sure, because it's a big time commitment for you. It's a big time commitment for us as well to get somebody through the process. So if you have questions and want to know more and know if it's going to be a good fit for you, we're there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Otherwise, if you're sure this is what you want to do, then filling out that online application is what starts everything off.
Yeah. And what would you say to somebody out there that's watching the video and saying, this is something that I may like to get involved in? What is that final touch that they need to know why they should make that call, why they should go to that website?
I mean, if you've ever thought about it, you've heard about our program before and you're hearing about us now, then to me, it just seems like it's meant to be. We believe that you have to have touched it a few times before it happens.
I was just going to say, if you've even thought of clicking the link, or you've looked at the phone number, you've gone to that website, if you have done any of that, follow through with it. It is such an important program here in our community. These children need help. They need someone to stand up for them, and the families do as well. So it's not just the children, as you had mentioned. It is everybody working together for the ultimate goal of making sure that kids are where they should be. Yes. Outstanding. I know we both have a lot of notes because we wanted to make sure we covered everything. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't touch on as far as being a CASA volunteer or getting involved?
Yeah, just a couple little things. We have determined over the years, when I say we, I mean CASA of Arizona, National CASA, that a volunteer usually dedicates about 10 to 15 hours per month. That's the total amount.
So that's right. That's
very doable.
Very doable for many people out there. I would think a lot of even retirees would be interested in. Okay, good to know. Yeah.
So it's not a full-time gig by any means.
Right.
Most of the things you schedule based on your own availability. The only things you can't really are court hearings, but we have a court hearing on a case every 4 to 6 months. Right. So it's not every week.
That is absolutely right. Doable. And so I encourage you again, if you live in, and do they have to be a resident of Cochise County?
Technically, no. Okay. We've had some people just across Cochise in like the Vail area, Benson
Pinal,
area.
Pima, Santa Cruz.
You ultimately have to pick what program is going to make the most sense for you. There are programs in every county, but we had somebody that was just outside in Pima County, but they were closer to Benson, so they felt like it would be a better fit here, and it worked out great. So.
Great. Well, to all of those who may be watching that are CASA volunteers, thank you for your help in, having a voice for these children and making sure that you get these families the right help and care that they need. And Abby, thank you so much for coming down and talking with us. I know this program is important. Yes. And so please, if any of you have any questions, reach out, go to the website, give them a call. They'll all be happy to walk you through it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Abby. You guys have a great day and a wonderful weekend. And hopefully you can be a volunteer for CASA.